Yeah, it's 7:06. It's about 43 degrees, and I wanted to welcome you to this vlog. It's early, that's why I'm a little tired and why I held it there on the clock for about almost 30 seconds. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a bit of a vlog, which I've been doing lately, and actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of you get a kick out of it. Um, so yeah, yesterday, like I said in that quick update video I did, apparently I was able to do more videos than I thought. I was able to upload a lot more than I had planned due to the fact that, one, I got up early and did basically knocked out 4 videos before uploading them later on. And then I knocked out 4 more, when I had the opportunity. Now, when I did that live stream back on Thursday, my initial thought was, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to, do that many videos, or, if at all. That if anything, I might, as I try to get some light in here, I might be able to get out a few, like maybe 1, 2, 3 at the most. Excuse me. I didn't expect to get out 8. Like I said, I didn't expect to get out 8, but I did. But yeah, yesterday, the reason, like I said, I was able to get out 8 like I did was, like I said, the 4, like I just mentioned, the first 4, I should say, that I did were in the morning. And then the other 4, I didn't expect to do, at all, because my mom, she was home yesterday. She was off yesterday. And basically she went to go see her doctor. And then, like I said in the quick update video, she went from the doctor to Starbucks. She got us both a coffee, the one that I'm going to try later. And then, not only did she get us a coffee, both of us, iced coffee that is, then she went to the Rite Aid over here, seeing as though they, along with Walgreens and CVS and the like, are partnering with various hospitals like Kaiser to give out flu shots and all that. So she, basically went to them, if you will. And it wasn't, an easy, quick in and out kind of deal as, maybe she and the rest of us thought. She had to fill out some papers, and apparently they were very busy over there yesterday for the flu shot, as well as giving out prescriptions and all that people need to have for certain medical issues or whatever. Anyway, long story short, I had the place to myself for about over 4 hours, which I wasn't expecting. To be honest with you, I was not expecting a 4-hour, time frame of having the place to myself, but I did, and I was able to knock out 8 videos yesterday. Surprisingly, like I said, 4 because I got up early before she did, and then 4 when she was out. So it basically turned out to be a typical day for me when I do videos anyway. So, what can I say? And then, of course, I have one premiering very soon today, around 8:15 actually, in about an hour and 6 minutes, 8:15 in the morning. So hopefully you guys will check that one out. And it's been one of those, it's just been one of those situations to where yesterday I didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to knock out that many videos. I didn't know if I was going to have a regular day of, unless there's interruptions and other things to do. Like today, I'll probably have to give my dog a bath, or more than likely I have to give her a bath because she hasn't had one for a while. But anyway, it's just one of those days where, like I said, I didn't expect to be able to do that much, and yet I did. I was able to get some, the average number of videos I like to try to get done, done. I got them completed. But again, like I said, I didn't expect that because my mind thought was, okay, I got these 4 knocked out. I might be able to do 1 or 2 while she's gone, and then that's it. So on average, just get my normal 6 out, if anything. Or if not, those 4 that I did earlier in the day, okay, that's fine. That's good enough. Never expected to do 8. Never expected to do 8, but yet, here they were. Here they are, I should say. So, yeah, that was surprising. If you will. Actually, what was it 8? Yeah, it was 8 because I did a video with this camera. But yeah, it was surprising. It was very surprising that I was able to knock all those out. And of course, the reason I wasn't sure about what I was going to be able to do, as far as content was concerned, because like I said, there was a good chance I may or may not be able to do that much. Was like I said earlier, when I did the live stream on Thursday, I basically explained the fact that my mom was, going to be here, and and anytime that happens, anytime she's home, whether it's because it's a holiday, or it's because of vacation time, and all that, it kind of throws a wrench into my plans. It kind of causes me to have to think ahead about what I'm going to do before I do it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when she called me and she told me that was going to happen, I wasn't really expecting that, at all. So I had to think, okay, how am I going to do this? And and when I got up early, I should say, that's kind of how I figured, all right, I'll be able to knock out some videos this morning because I was up. I was, up and ready. I had Pepsi with me right there, so I had something to keep me going. So I was up and ready to go. So, long story short, I figured, okay, I'll knock some videos out and that would be it. Because the other thing is I wasn't too sure whether or not I was going to go with her. The reason I wasn't sure I was going to go with her because, as you can see here, our mechanic that my mom trusts and relies on, we weren't too sure when he was going to come to go pick up the car. Come to pick up the car, I should say. He was going to come pick it up to fix it. Due to the fact that, basically her appointment was at 1:20, and because it was in Patterson, that kind of coincided with what I needed to do. It made sense of, okay, it's going to be in Patterson. She can drop me off over at the place where I need to do what I have to do. And then she can, and then I can meet up with her where she's at because it wasn't that far away. However, that wasn't the case. That was not the case because, both of us got up, like I said, I got up before her. She got up around a little after 9 or just around 9. And usually when she gets up on the weekdays, when she's off on a weekday, like I say, whether it's vacation or holidays, normally she tries to get up by 8:30 or so she can give herself, or not give herself, but maintain, a sense of normalcy of, waking up at certain time frames so she doesn't, oversleep, so that she doesn't get into that habit of oversleeping, because there will be times, like a lot of us, when we'll get up or when our alarms will go off, either through our phones or regular alarms, whatever. And there will be times that she'll hit this alarm here just to be like, okay, I'm up. Now you might look at the time there and think, why is that ahead? That's just my mom for you. Because what my mom likes to do is she likes to set the clock ahead by 10 minutes, on the car and the truck. As well as she likes to set it 30 minutes ahead, on her alarm so that she can be ready. She can be up and ready or something like that. In other words, in other words, even though she knows it's earlier than that, it keeps her ahead. So like in the car right now, it probably says about 7:27 on the clock, but it's actually 7:17. Or the truck, I should say. Probably says 7:27, but it's actually 7:17 because she likes to stay ahead. She likes to be ahead by 10 minutes, 30 minutes. So that way, she knows, okay, hey, I'll be on time. In other words, it's a motivator. It's a motivation kind of thing for her. It's like if she sees it, the times, ahead of her, she could try to get, it helps her to try to get ahead of it, or whatever sense that makes. But yeah, she, she basically does that. That's what she basically does. That's just her, and I'm sure she's not the only person that does it. Anyway, like I was saying, she, like I was saying, we were planning because I thought about it the other day, and at first she was hesitant, but then she thought, that does make sense. We were kind of trying to plan on the fact that he was going to come, like I was saying, get the car early, maybe get the keys for the car, so that I could go with her, but it didn't work out that way. Instead, he ended up having to tell her, hey, I'm going to come get it today, which means if he remembers, because he's the one that set the time himself, I think, he's going to get it around 8 o'clock. Now, that's good and all, but hopefully he remembers, because he's the one that set it. He's the one that set the time. Anyway, that's why, basically I was able to get, at first what I thought would only be like 2 videos at least. Because as I mentioned, I figured, okay, she's going to go have her appointment. It's going to take about an hour maybe at most. And then she's going to come home. I did not expect her to, go to Starbucks. Like I said, I didn't expect her to go to Starbucks, get us some coffees, which she did, which I think, yeah, she left hers in here along with mine. That's mine, that's hers. I didn't expect her to do that. And then I didn't expect she was going to go to Rite Aid and, get her shot that day. I thought maybe she'd hold it off, but nope, she wanted to go that day. And she did. And she did. Anyway, that's why, like I said earlier, I was able to get that many videos in. Because it was that kind of a day where I didn't know what was going to happen. But like I said, it's just, again, it's just, basically I wasn't planning basically to do that many videos actually. Because like I said, and I know I'm repeating myself, but like I told you, it's early, so my brain's still waking up. But anyway, like I said, I wasn't expecting to do that because I was expecting, hey, mechanic would have our car by now to fix it, and then I'd be with her. Driving, going in the truck to go take care of what we need to take care of. But that didn't happen. So, God has a reason for things. And I was able to not only knock out, like I said earlier, those 4 videos that I did in the morning early when I woke up before her, but I was able to knock out 4 more, which was, I thought, really good. It helps out a lot when you think about it. But yeah, it's just been one of those weekends. Apparently, my mom is gonna be part of a meeting at her job tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow, because for some odd reason they decided that instead of having Fridays as the minimum days, seeing as though those are the last days of the school week, they decided, okay, we're going to switch it to Wednesdays because it makes it easier and all that or something. I don't know. And apparently they're going to have a meeting on Wednesday after the kids go home, hopefully, to address a lot of issues. And yeah, my mom and her fellow teachers, they're going to bring up that kid, that little girl and all that, that's very disruptive and, doesn't know when to calm down or rest. So, they're going to address that and a few other kids that have some problems and see what they can do. Mainly, she has said that there are people, human resource people, I think, that are supposed to come in and help them with these kind of kids, but they don't. So, it's going to be, it's going to be interesting to see, what comes out of that meeting tomorrow if it happens. But overall, like I said, it's just been one of those weeks, if you will. I mean, on Sunday, we went to church, like we normally do. And once again, the associate pastor, who's younger than me, was doing the sermon because our pastor had just got back into town. And not only did he get just back into town, but obviously he didn't have enough time to put a sermon together so he can basically resume doing it. So he allowed the associate pastor to do it. And my mom said that he did sound a little bit more louder, like he had a little bit more oomph in him, if you will. And it was a little bit better. She still doesn't like the seating, but here's what's crazy. One of our church friends says, why don't you try the middle? Look at the middle seats. And apparently some of the middle seats are newer. Apparently some of the middle seats are newer, so I guess next time we go on Sunday, she'll try those seats instead. But yeah, it's just it's just one of those strange situations. Well, I wouldn't say strange situation, but it's one of those. Okay, God forgive me for saying that. It's not a strange situation, but it's just one of those situations to where she's glad they got a building, to have church in, but she's not a fan of the building, if you know what I mean. So, but the positive is, at least, at least basically, how do I put this? At least basically, service seemed a little bit better. And my thought is maybe our associate pastor sounded a little bit better today. 2 days ago, because the regular pastor was there to, I guess, motivate him, give him some courage or something like that. But then, after that, we, instead of going to my older sister's, because she went to Reno for her husband, my brother-in-law's birthday, apparently. After that, we decided to go home, but not until we stopped at Rite Aid and Nob Hill. At Rite Aid, my mom had to, get her vitamins. She had to, I think that's what she had to get. She had to get her vitamins and something else. Oh yeah, a few of her magazines, and then a couple of other things that we got. I can't really. Oh yeah, some Glad air spray for those automatic sprayers that you put in your rooms and all that. So she got those. She got, like I said, vitamins and stuff. And then we went to Nob Hill. Now, our original plan to go to Nob Hill was to just get the baking soda for whatever needs we have to use it for. And the baking soda, right now we're using it to pretty much, clean the coolant, if you will. We're basically trying to clean the coolant, if you will. Well, not clean it, but basically, what we do is we spread the baking soda on the ground on where the coolant is leaking from the car, so that it doesn't go on the ground or anything, and the baking soda absorbs it in. So yeah, we went to go buy that. And the way they had it stacked, we had some lady help us out. She was like, "Oh, here, let me help you out and everything." She was able to help me a little bit because I was able to get the thing down, but she was able to help me get like only the second box that my mom needed basically. So yeah, Knob Hill or any store, if you guys do something like that with baking soda of any kind, yeah, you need to make sure that doesn't happen because that's not good. That's dangerous. I mean, I understand if you got to do it, but you got to do it in a way that's safe. You know what I'm saying? Um. Anyway, long story short, we went to Knob Hill, got that. I got my Pepsi, my 18 pack of Pepsi. And then I'm thinking, okay, we're done with that. But this is my mom for you. Whenever she's in a place like Knob Hill or Save Mart or Lucky's or Safeway, or when it comes to Patterson off the freeway grocery outlet, whenever she goes into a place like that, she's got to get something out of the deli, and that mainly is fried chicken or multiple pieces of chicken, fried, grilled, whatever you want to call it. And that's what she did. That's what she did. I mean, I saw her go like in that direction. I thought, okay, we're going to go over here, get what we need, right? Nope, she had to go over to the deli, and I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I knew it. I had a feeling. She's like, yeah, Brian, I don't want to have hot dogs or anything for lunch. Although we did have hot dogs for lunch, technically. Because after we did that and everything, we got in line, checked out, went home. We decided that, okay, we'll have the chicken for dinner because that's usually why we buy it. And then she decides, okay, we'll still have the hot dogs, but I'm going to make eggs and potatoes with it, and that's going to be our lunch. And that's what she did. That's what she did, if you will. So yeah. That's what she did on Sunday. And then we just relaxed, didn't really do nothing. It's the first time in a while that on a weekend we haven't really done anything except, go out to church and then come home. Normally what we do is we go to, if I'm with her, normally on Sunday, we go over to my older sisters to see what they're doing, to check up on them. But I think now my mom's realizing that, maybe we don't have to do that too much. That once in a while we could just come home and relax. Because I think she's realizing, if you go home, it's a lot easier to relax and everything. And instead of going over there. Because of the fact that in a couple of weeks, we got to go there anyway. Because a week from this Sunday is, of course, Halloween. This Sunday is the 24th. A week from it is the 31st. So yeah, it's one of those situations to where it's going to be like maybe for the next 2 weeks we don't have to worry, or the next Sunday we don't have to worry about it too much, and then we just go on the following Sunday, which is Halloween. But we'll see what they do, because the only kids right now that might still go trick-or-treating are my great nephew and my youngest nephew and my great niece. That'll be the only ones. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I mean, everybody's working now, so it's kind of a little hard to kind of work around that. But we'll see what happens. But overall, it's not too bad. Overall, it's not been too bad, and we'll see what's gonna happen in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just been one of those past couple of days and stuff you do not expect. I mean, yesterday my mom basically said that it felt like something was in the air, like something was off. Like, last Sunday she felt that way because of, what happened, in the area where our church friends live. But then she felt that again yesterday because of the walkouts, the strikes, and all that. Mainly the walkouts. And yeah, some people, here's the funny, some people have gone online and said, yes, our voices got heard. We did it. Really, what did you accomplish? I would like to know, what did you accomplish? With you walking out for a day, and causing the students to have to, miss school. Because it wasn't just teachers and even students, it was parents. Parents as well were taking the kids out for one day because they were trying to send a message. And I get it. Me and my mom and everybody, we get it. We're at a point right now to where when you look at the percentage of numbers of American adults in the country, as well as in the state that you live, that the numbers have definitely gone up. And as some news outlets have pointed out, they have gone up more so thanks to the surge of the Delta variant, going away, basically being dissipated and all that. Dissipated all that as we speak. I can understand when you see those numbers go up where you have less cases, less hospitalizations, more vaccinations. I can understand that those that are hesitant about being vaccinated or having to get vaccinated, I can understand them being like, look, we get what you're telling us, but give us the choice. Give us a choice of not only when to get the vaccination, but not only to where to get the vaccination, but when to get it, or something like that, or something to that extent. That everybody that was part of that walkout that do want to get the vaccinations, they're like, yeah, we understand that, we get it, but and we want to probably get vaccinated, but let us choose when we decide to do it. Let us choose where we decide to do it, and stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of people can understand where they're coming from, especially when you look at the numbers. But here's the thing: we live in a society now where pretty much the leaders, they understand that the medical people like Fauci, the CDC, the FDA, all of them, the politicians, whether you like them or you don't, whether you feel they're corrupted or you don't, all of them do understand that. They're not going to admit it. They're not going to come out and they're not going to come, flat out in public and admit it. But they know, they know that, basically these mandates are not the right way to go. And they know that people are looking at the numbers going in a positive direction, and they're like, yeah, we could see why people wouldn't want to be, in a hurry to get, vaccinated. But here's the thing. We live in a society to where, although they know it, they don't trust anybody. They don't trust the American citizens that have yet to be vaccinated, who say they want to get vaccinated but choose when and where they want to do it. They don't trust them, especially if they have these important jobs. They're like, look, we understand you don't want to get vaccinated here and now. We understand you want to have a choice, but we have a goal. And that goal for them is that by 2022, not only would you have the vaccination shots for COVID, over the counter and everything, basically go to your local pharmacist, boom, there you go. If you know what I'm saying. But they have a goal that they want to end 2021 basically nearly at 95%, if not 85%, or basically 100% COVID free. That's what they want. I mean, you look at the numbers being close to 75% of adult Americans right now being vaccinated. They want that number to go higher. And once that number goes near 100 or gets close to it, that's when a lot of the mandates and stuff will start to ease. A lot of the restrictions will start to ease because there will be less, less unvaccinated and more, vaccinated and everything, which pretty much opens space, which pretty much opens, America up truly again, because of the fact that things are back to a near normal, pace, except for maybe that 5 to 15% of adult Americans and stuff that are not vaccinated. And again, that's what it is. It's about trust issues. So when I see, and my mom sees this, when we see teachers, walking out of their jobs, we see students being pulled out, walking out as well to support them. We see parents walking out in support as well, or pulling the kids out in support as well, and protesting. It's like, really, what are you going to accomplish? Do you think your governments, your state governments are going to be like, yeah, we hear you, and you'll walk out, intimidated us, and we're going to give you what you want, and da. You think that's going to do anything? Think that's going to do anything? It's not. It's not going to do diddly squat, if you will. It's not going to do diddly squat. All it's going to do, basically, is leave a black mark, an asterisk, as I said before, in a previous video talking about this. All it's going to do is leave a black mark, an asterisk, on you, on the state education, and basically, it's just, it's going to leave a bad taste. And that's where the trust issues that I mentioned about earlier come into play. It's like, how can they trust anybody of their own will, to go out and get vaccinated when they feel like it, to, get us out of this situation entirely? How are they supposed to trust anybody if those same kind of people are willing to basically disrupt the state education system because of the fact that they don't want to get vaccinated or they want to have a choice in the matter? I mean, what message does it send? It doesn't send one. And hopefully those that did this yesterday are probably waking up, probably at work right now thinking, you know what? We accomplished nothing yesterday. I don't know why we did that. And I'm sure some of them feel like, hey, we accomplished something. But really, what did you accomplish? I'm just saying. But yeah. Because of things like that, it just felt like there was something off in the air, according to my mom, when she saw what was going on there. Because when she turned on the news while she was eating something before she went, she saw that. She called me into the living room. I'm like, what? She's like, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's a statewide school walkout. And what's funny is she didn't like it. Like I said earlier, she understood the reasoning, but she didn't like it and everything. She didn't like the idea of, students being pulled out and everything. She didn't like it, period. And what's crazy, she's not the only one that didn't like it. There were parents. I went on the Newman Neighborhood Watch and then the Patterson Neighborhood Watch. They were talking about this. Somebody asked the question of anybody actually pulling their kids out of school because of this. And there were people that were like, I did not pull my kid out. I did not pull my kid out because I thought it was stupid. It was a waste of time. Unless there's a legit reasoning, I sent them. There was a lot of parents, and I'm sure even teachers, that were like, that was dumb, because what message does that send? Again, like I said, I think it just shows once again the reasoning why these mandates are happening, because it's about trust. It's like it's basically like if they could trust you to say, okay, I'm going to go get my vaccine, to protect myself from COVID and all that. If they say, okay, we could trust this person, we could trust that person, then you probably wouldn't have to deal with this. But they can't, because history has shown, unfortunately for our state and for our country, that a lot of Americans, can't be trusted to do the right thing. They can't be. And especially after this election, this past year, that trust issue is a bigger factor than ever before. But again, it's just something that, to me, didn't need to happen. Like I said in the video where I talked about this, it's like I just mentioned, it's like, what do you plan to accomplish? What do you plan to get out of this? I mean, you might get something, but in the end, what are you really accomplishing? You know? But yeah, it's just been one of those, it was just one of those days to where, you know, when she was gone, honestly, and she told me where she was, she would call me and tell me where she was. It did kind of feel like a normal day when she was working, but I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't. So, yeah, it's just one of those situations to where, like I said earlier, I didn't expect to do as many videos as I did, but hey, here we are. I'm doing them. So, but yeah, I just wanted to come on here and do this vlog and everything, let you guys know what's been going on. And I know I sound like I was repeating myself. I do apologize for that. Like I said, it was early when I started. It's about 7:42 now. So it was early when I started, you know, about 36 minutes ago. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here, do this little vlog and let you guys know what's happening and, you know, how things have been going over this weekend and stuff. And yeah, that's really about it. But anyway, though, guys, I'm gonna shut this off now. So not only can I charge my phone, but I can upload this and schedule it for later on, because I know it's gonna take some time to upload, if you know what I mean. So until next time, guys.